I'm going to say a few names, and if you recognize them, then you might want to keep watching the video. Dan3041, Godly, Bolo, and professional players such on TSM, Space Station, EU, and A-League, it does not matter. High tier level of Siege requires this secret mindset. Okay, I was being a little dramatic there. There is no secret mindset, but this underrated skill I want to talk about that a lot of people are not talking about, and I think is what's holding a lot of people back, and people are not listening to this enough. So, what I want you to do is spiriting, what I call. I just made this term up, but I want to use this in the future. Hopefully it can get known around, such as the Bolo peak, but I want this to be known as spiriting. I want everybody to do this, and high tier level players already do this, but they don't know it. I just call it spiriting. So you might be wondering, what is spiriting? Spiriting is not letting anything bump into you, being transparent, and taking the best out of every situation. Your spirit, it doesn't, when you fall down, it doesn't get hurt, right? All that kind of stuff. Because what you're doing you're taking that pain, and you're just moving on with your life, That's what I want to do with the game. I know that might seem a little bit, too, sweaty, too, I don't want to do that. Like, spiriting. I'm not trying to make it over dramatic. I'm just trying to let you know that you need to not let your emotions take over your mind while you're playing the game. A lot of people in my games, and I see even a high tier ranked, some people have already given up before the match has even ended. And that's why a lot of players struggle to not give up. And I think if I can get this into your guys' head, you guys will become a lot better players and improve a lot more where you are at right now. So I want to also talk about Nyx he's currently on Disrupt Gaming. He's a professional player. Back when he used to be on Dark Zero on the old roster, his coach Brandon Carr, known as BC, from a former player for Evil Geniuses, he told himself for the Nyx that I saw was a very good tip, was to have little to no emotion during the Pro League matches. So what I want you to do in a rank game, I don't want you to be, a stone. I don't want you to not talk. I want you to call out. I want you to be active and learning every single game. But what he's trying to say is, by not showing too much emotion will help let you focus more on the game and not let your own thoughts get to your head. You don't want to get too high, or you don't want to get too low on your actions in the game. If you hit a crazy ace against a team on the first round and you're pumped up, I don't want you to get too excited over that, because then you're going to get a little bit over your head, you're going to overextend, and you're going to eventually choke, because you're going to start overthinking and you're going to get too much in your head. And getting in your head is very, very bad. It's a very bad trap that everybody has. It's worse than having a bad stack around you. Getting trapped inside your own head, telling yourself bad stuff, is not going to work out. So back on being transparent, what I mean by that as well is learning how to take everything and consume that information and taking the best out of that situation, by whether it's a good call by your teammate or whether it's someone actually roasting you in game chat. Like, if I were to hit a nice shot, my team would say, nice shot. I would take that as a compliment and I would feel good about myself, right? But let's say if someone from game chat says, why aren't you watching my flank? You're so trash at the game. I take that quote unquote insult or that aggressive advice. I take that in, I take what's good. What was good? I need to watch my flank watch. All right, I know to do that next time. But instead of, I want you to filter out the negative comments, such as you're trash. I want you to ignore that. I don't want you to listen to that kind of stuff. I want you to listen to, you should have been watching your flank. You see how I took that whole sentence and I took out the positives out of that? That's what I want you guys to do in almost every single thing that happens in Siege. I know it's not going to be so obvious, but over time, with practice, you're going to fail. You're going to fail a lot, but that's okay, because you're learning a lot more than the people you're playing with right now, or even the people in your whole rank. I want you to always be learning every single day and taking the best out of every situation. So by not letting anything bump into you, like I said that. If someone called me, why aren't you watching the flank? You're so trash. What I would take out of that sentence, I wouldn't let that sentence, you're trash, bump into me, What I would take is, listen to that sentence, digest it, and take away I needed to watch the flank, and then recycle that negative energy and a positive energy by saying, okay, thank you very much, and then just mute your mic. There's no reason to argue with negative people in game chat, and I think what a lot of people do is really making things worse instead of actually recycling that negative energy and returning it to positive. So I hope this video really helped you guys out today, and please share with a friend, share with your stack, share with anybody you know, because I'm trying to grow my channel, and I hope you guys really enjoy this video. I stream almost every single day on Twitch. Sometimes I might have a scuff schedule if I'm working or any of that kind of stuff, so be sure to follow me on Twitter to know when I go live. I'll tweet it out, but don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on the comment of what you took away from this video, and please have a great rest of your day.